is one of only 4 countries that were on that list. Cuba, North Korea, Syria, and Iran were on that list. And there have been many countries who've been urging the U.S. to take Cuba off that list because along with that designation came very stringent economic sanctions on the country, and Cuba's faced one of its worst economic crises as a result of that. And so what the Biden administration did was it carried out an assessment and came to the conclusion that there wasn't enough information for Cuba to be on this list. So why did they do it? A number of reasons. The White House came out with a statement and said that it wanted to empower the Cuban people. It wanted to unify Cuban families, and that's why we're seeing the Cuban government make an announcement that they're going to release more than 553 political prisoners as a result. This was one of the reasons the Biden administration wanted to do this. And also the Biden administration said it wants to strengthen cultural and economic ties, allow remittances to return to Cuba more freely, because, as I said, the country's been going through an economic crisis over the past years. Now, Cuba was only put on the list in 2021, just days before the Trump administration ended its last term. And as you said, there's a possibility that the Trump administration could come in again and reimpose this designation, although the Biden administration says it has been in close contact with the incoming team to tell them what their plans were. But we do know that the State Department, the person who's likely to head the State Department, be the new Secretary of State under Trump, Marco Rubio, is of Cuban descent. His family left Cuba back in the 1950s, and he's very much in favor of imposing very strong sanctions on Cuba. So we'll have to see what happens with the new administration coming in.